Hey, this is RJ May, and you're watching Mr. Mario 2011.
Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and before you click away from this video or dislike or anything like that, and if you did, thank you, I guess that raises my search engine optimization, I just want to say, I can't make this not sound like an advertisement. You all already know I don't like Best Buy that much. I don't work for them. I'm not getting paid for them for this, or, well, paid by them or anything like that. But I'm making this video because I want to help out some people that might not know about this. Another thing, if you are outside the US, thank you very much for watching, but this is not going to help you out at all. Best Buy is in Canada, from what I know. I think that's the only other country they're in, to my knowledge at least. And this is not available in Canada, which is really unfortunate, and I hope you all get this. But why did I get this service, and why am I actually saying something good about Best Buy? Well, I'm talking about their Gamers Club Unlocked membership, which I ended up just purchasing. And the main benefit of this is, if you play video games, if you're a gamer, if you like to get new games and all that, or get games right as they come out or soon after they come out, you might want to listen in on this. Now, I myself, I don't like Best Buy that much. I really don't. There's several videos where I have ranted heavily about Best Buy on here. But here's the thing. With this membership, you get some perks, but the biggest perk is you get 20% off any new game. 20% off any new game in the store or on bestbuy.com. Just let that sink in for a bit. So if you are already paying $60 for a game day one when it comes out, if you have this membership, you can pay $48. This is prior to tax, of course, but $48 per new game instead of $60 per game. It's also a 2-year membership, and it's $30. So you do have to pay for it, which is kind of a turnoff for me, and I didn't even know that much about it. But here's another thing. If you buy at least a few games within a 2-year time frame, it pretty much pays for itself. Now, why did I end up getting it? First off, as I said, I don't like Best Buy. I didn't know that much about it. I was getting confused with their other, like, gamer rewards program thing, where Best Buy has a rewards program where it's like for every dollar you spend, you get a point on rewards. But it was something like, you know, now they've lowered it. It used to be like 500 points for a $5 gift certificate, but now it's like you have to get 250 points to get a $5 gift certificate and so on. So you have to spend quite a bit of money to get all that stuff. Then they ended up doing a rewards club for gamers, where it's another free thing that you tack onto your free membership, and it's for video games. And essentially the biggest benefit of it was, which there was really no benefit to it aside from any video game stuff you buy, so consoles, accessories, or games, you get twice the points on there. So you still have to pay a decent amount of money, just half as much, but still, it's Best Buy. Then they had this thing here. I originally found out about it from some friends, well, one friend in particular who actually works for Geek Squad there. So I was thinking it was going to be something that, you know, was more for store employees and all that. But no, it's actually a public thing, and it is $30 for a 2-year membership. The only other membership type thing I can think of is GameStop's PowerUp Rewards membership, which they have free and paid, and the paid one is $15 a year, and you get 10% off pre-owned games. I don't have it because I don't go to GameStop enough, really, to get pre-owned games that often, and even if I do, I don't spend enough in pre-owned games at GameStop to warrant a $15 a year purchase. But one thing I've actually done quite recently, which I'm stupid for not thinking of before, is one of my friends has a membership. He doesn't really care about his points, but he has a membership. He has enough points to get free paid membership on there. And what I do is whenever I go in there, I just use his phone number. I verified it with him. He doesn't care because he does nothing but benefit from it, and I get an instant discount. So if I ever buy anything used from there, I just use his number, and that's it. I get a little bit of a discount, and it's enough to cover tax. Now, the cool thing is you actually do still get 10% off on pre-owned games through Best Buy. Best Buy, at least the ones I've been to, don't normally have the best selection of pre-owned titles, or their prices suck on pre-owned titles. But as I said, the main benefit here is those new games, which I thought was just completely unheard of. But I'll break it down for you, okay? So there are games that I was already going to be buying day one. I was going to pay full price for and all that stuff. A few of the games I've actually pre-ordered through Best Buy now, and you could actually pick it up in store or just do bestbuy.com if you want to be like me and you just don't want to walk into the store and they will just send it to you. So it would be like the same as Amazon or anything like that. But for example, I have pre-ordered Rare Replay, which is a $30 game, and Halo 5 Limited Edition, pretty much Consumer Horror Edition. It's not the Legendary Edition, but it's pretty close. And that is a $100 game. So those two I have already pre-ordered. I like my Halo, I want that Limited Edition. And I like the Rare games, I definitely wanted that. Now, as I said, I was going to pay full price for those with no issue, but with Best Buy, with the Halo game that I got, since it's $100, I saved 20% on that. So I'm gonna pay $80 for that. Rare Replay, I'm gonna pay $24 for that when it comes out. And with that, so you add those together, that's $26 in savings right there. Now, a game I just ended up picking up was Splatoon on Wii U. This actually worked out pretty well because I've been wanting to get the game for a bit, and I finally played it. I really enjoyed it. Problem is, there's like no deals on it, and I couldn't really find any used copies of it anywhere. So they were selling it for full price. I went ahead, I used my discount, and it was $12 off. So as I said, $48 now because you get that 20% off. Now, here's the thing, in addition to that, I didn't know about this, but you also get some coupons as well, too, when you first sign in on this. One of the coupons I got was $5 off any video game purchase $30 or higher, or at least any $30 or more video game. Since I already paid off and pre-ordered Rare Replay, I was like, well, I can't really use it on there, so I decided to use it on Splatoon. So I ended up getting this game for even cheaper. I got it for $43 when it is retailing right now for $60. It wasn't on sale or anything like that. You know what the crazy thing is? Even if the game is on sale, you still get the 20% discount on there. And I even want to say, I think they're trying to be generous because they are needing to get people like me back in there, which for me, it at least worked. But because Best Buy is also able to price match, because I'm pretty sure they price match Amazon, I think you can even price match Amazon for a game and stack your 20% on top of that. So you're getting a lot of savings right there already, which is just absolutely insane. Because I know, actually think about it, I know for a fact they do price match off Amazon. I'm pretty sure they do have to stack this right here, but don't completely take my word for it. That is my educated guesstimate right there. Now, let's add all of that up right there, okay? So $17 saved off Splatoon already. The other games I've gotten, $6 off of Rare Replay, $20 off of, what was the other game? Halo 5. So, $12 if people are going to just get the regular edition of it. But what I'm trying to say is I've saved $43 in games so far. I've had this membership for a day, and that means I'm going to have it for another 2 years. So the membership is $30, as I said, for 2 years. Within the first 24 to 48 hours, I've saved more on my new games that I am getting that I was going to pay full price on already, as opposed to, not getting this discount. And that doesn't even count the games I haven't pre-ordered. There's some other games I'm wanting to pre-order. One of them will be, for example, what is it called? The Uncharted Collection, because I want to play that on PS4 since I didn't play them on PS3, and when I found out the PS4 version was coming out, I said, you know what, I'll just wait. That's probably going to be, from what I'm seeing, a $60 game. So I'll get that for $48. I'll save another bit of cash right there. In addition to all of that, there's all these benefits. I'll link it down below in the description. But even some of the bigger titles, they'll even give you $10 back in credit from what I understand on there too, if you pre-order these games. And then, you're saving $12 on most of these games. So right now, Best Buy, I'm sorry, but you're making it really, really hard to not go into the store. One of my friends even joked around about this on Twitter because I tweeted out about it, and he was saying, you've gone to the dark side or you've gone to the bad side. I'm just like, you know what? I'll go right over to the good side once Amazon does something like this. And I love Amazon, I really do, but hey, you know what? If I'm getting an instant discount on my games, and it's not something like, real low-key, like 5%, well, 5%, it's not bad, but it doesn't even cover all of your tax. If it's 20%, that is so hard to pass up. That's so hard to pass up, seriously. I think that's even better than employee discounts because from what I understood with several of my friends who had worked at Best Buy, they said that they pretty much pay cost plus 5% on their games. So many friends told me that, where you save on is cables, installation, warranties, anything like that if you work at the store. But friends have told me that if they try to buy games or anything, they got a discount, but it was like a few dollars at best. So that's what I'm trying to pass on to you all right here. I hate supporting Best Buy, but man, they made it really hard. But one way I guess you can cheap out on it if you want to is do what I did with GameStop. You know what? Team up with a few friends, pool some money together, pick the one friend who actually cares about points, and then have them pay for it. Just, I don't know, you could have 2 or 3 friends pay $15 or $10 each. One person gets it, they tie it to an account or something like that, and then people can reap, you all can reap the benefit together. You just need a phone number, but you all just reap the benefits together for 2 years. I've even, some of my friends, I've told them about it. I'm just like, if you want to use this, that's fine. And I've even said, hey, if you decide to be stubborn and, not use my membership or anything just because you want to spite me or you don't want to pay, whatever it is, that's cool. But I'm just saying, you're getting a discount right here. I'm letting you have access to it and you're not going to be using it. So think about that as well, too. I didn't want this to sound like a big advertisement. It probably sounds like a huge advertisement, but that's what I'm trying to help you all out with. I just want you all to save cash if you can. There's no affiliation with this. I don't work for the company. I don't want to work for the company, anything like that. But, they've actually done something pretty awesome for once here. And if you do play video games and you buy video games at least on a regular basis or a somewhat regular basis, I would highly recommend checking this out. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay gaming, and save a little bit of cash.